Code monkey get up, get coffee. Code monkey go to job. Code monkey have boring meeting with boring manager Rob. Rob say code monkey very diligent, but his output stink. His code not functional or elegant. What do code monkey think? Code monkey think maybe manager wanna write login page himself. Code monkey not say it out loud. Code monkey not crazy, just proud. Code monkey like Fritos. Code monkey like Tab and Mountain Dew. Code monkey very simple man. Big warm fuzzy secret heart. Code monkey like you. Code monkey like you.
What's new, Dino Dudes? It's me, the Media Raptor, and welcome back to an all-new episode of the Media Raptor Reviews. Let me just crack open this drink. Yeah, Mountain Dew Baja Blast is now being sold in cases at Walmart, and you have no idea how happy that makes me. I'd always heard about Baja Blast being like the best flavor and stuff, but none of the Taco Bells near me ever had it until this year. In fact, the first time I got to try it was like 3 years ago because this one convenience store in the middle of nowhere I wound up in had it in bottles for like a limited time thing. And it seems like they finally just kind of permanently brought it. And even if it's not permanent, I'm going to buy as much as possible because this is the best flavor of Mountain Dew. Don't at me. But yeah, Baja Blast makes me think of, Hawaii, the Bahamas, the ocean. You know what else makes me think about that? Aquaman. And that's what we're reviewing tonight, the 2018 DC film, Aquaman. So, real quick, to you non-comic fans, this movie had a pretty big job to do. How do you make Aquaman cool? Now, I know what you're all about to say, but Aquaman is cool, he's a warrior, he can control the ocean, and yeah, I get it. I think Aquaman's awesome. I've thought he has been awesome for years. To people, though, who have only seen him from the pictures of, say, the Justice League cartoon or Super Friends, how do you possibly convince them that Aquaman is cool? Well, you show them this movie, because it got it perfect. This is, in my opinion at least, the best film in this DC universe, which I think is kind of dead now, but it's still by far the best of the DC films circa Man of Steel to now, not counting The Dark Knight and all that in that. It is the best DC film made yet. Yeah. Why? Because the writing is so strong. Now, it's not a perfect movie, it's a rather flawed film. A lot of it's pretty predictable and pretty obvious where it's going. There aren't too many twists and turns or things that'll make you go, what? I did not see that coming. But there is one which I dare not spoil, because it was really well done actually. Had the perfect setup, perfect payoff, perfect amount of foreshadowing, but not too much that you began to think, oh, of course they're going to do this. Excuse me. And it actually inverts a pretty common superhero trope, which I'm not going to go into. But yeah, it is kind of a basic story of the whole king who comes back like, yeah, I'm gonna dethrone the bad guy, and then he realizes, no, wait, I couldn't possibly dethrone him now, I'm not strong enough, so road trip with superpowers, to ultimately find out he is strong enough, more about his past, fall in love with a girl who was totally dating that guy or something, or was gonna be, forced into a marriage with it, and then it totally turns out, yeah, no, she loves him, everything's awesome. I'm probably really underselling it, making it seem like it's far weaker than it is, but this movie does a lot right. Namely with its characters. All of them are great. Aquaman was the best part of Justice League, aside from The Flash. Just those two made that film worth watching. I love his iteration in this. Part of that has to do with the acting, and I'll get to Jason Momoa in a minute. But in this, he's just sort of a cocky but not a jerk. He's a surfer dude. I call him Aqua Bro. And I love him. He's energetic, but he can also be serious. He's caring, but he can also be flawed. He makes mistakes, but he's also just an all-around really likable character. Mara, I didn't really think I was gonna like her that much at first, but she really did grow on me. The actress was great, the character was well written, Ocean Master turned out to be really good. He wasn't the deepest villain or the most imposing villain, but you know who was? Black Manta. This partially has to do with the costuming and stuff, and I'll get to that in a minute, but I loved this guy. Black Manta is kind of a personal favorite of mine in the terms of the DC Rogues Gallery. So hearing he was going to be in this, I was pretty excited. I was even more excited when I saw his costume, but again, I'll get to that in a minute. And this is the thing I think we need more of. While it is very short-lived, we actually start with Black Manta and his dad working together, like a supervillain father-son team. I think that's a cool idea, and excuse me a minute, my computer's about to die. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, so Black Manta and his dad are actually a supervillain pirate team. That's cool, we need more of that. Excuse me. And Black Manta, just on both personality and, well, imposiveness, or however you want to pronounce it, I don't know what you call it, alone, is what could probably support his own movie. I think, admittedly, yeah, the plot is pretty basic, but it also doesn't take itself too seriously. It knows fully well, yeah, we're a pretty basic story, but I think that's what we needed for this. It's a bit of an origin story, but the origins go by super fast, like 5 minutes at the most, and the rest of it is just Aquaman on this quest to ultimately overthrow Ocean Master and save the world. Excuse me. Sorry, dudes. Basic, yes, but hey, sometimes you don't need the darkest or deepest script in the world. Speaking of which, I wonder what they were thinking when they went, hey, you know that guy who made those torture porn films, like the Saw movies, as well as the Annabelle films and the Conjuring films? Let's get him to direct our movie. That's a great idea. Now, that's not shade at James Wan. I love that dude, but it just seemed like an odd choice, but he pulled it off great. Part of that has to do with the acting. Let's talk about the acting. Like I said, I don't even really know. I just gotta say it. The acting is amazing. There was not really a single bad actor throughout this entire movie. Like I earlier mentioned or hinted at, I love Jason Momoa in this film. I loved him in Justice League. He's just a great actor. Like I said, he plays the character so well. Amber Heard? Not really sure what else she's from, but she played a great Mara. Let's see. Oh, that's where I know her from. Machete Kills, she was in that. That's where I knew her from. We have William Dafoe. You know, William Dafoe. Whatever that guy is in, he's gonna do a great job. Patrick Wilson, great actor. Thought he pulled off a great job. I've seen him a few more times, though, in some of the, some of Wan's other films, namely a lot of his horror movies, and he's always been a decent actor, and he does it great here. Yeah, but even Dolph Lundgren's in this, pulls it off great. The guy who plays, Manta, his name is... Oh, I'm going to mess this up so badly. Please forgive me. Yahya Abdul Mateen II. He's only known for this and like one other thing. Oh, he'll be in the Watchmen TV show though, so let's check him out in that. I'm so sorry I butchered your name there, but he does a fantastic job as an angered but not edgelord villain. Something else that helps this movie is the effects. A lot of the film is done with CG, but well, most of it is pretty good. There is some parts where it's kind of noticeable that, yeah, this is CG. Overall, the film does look very nice, but what works amazing are the costumes. If I had to give one movie an award for the most comic-accurate costumes I've ever seen, and I do genuinely mean ever, it would either be Aquaman or Watchmen. The amount of detail they went into for like Mara, Ocean Master, and Black Manta blows my mind. I'm glad they did change Aquaman's around a little bit because admittedly he did look kind of goofy even in like Flashpoint Paradox when he was supposed to be a psychopath. Like, I'm glad they altered it a bit because it does look fantastic, but it also works. It got a good balance. Plus he's not actually in the orange and green suit for most of the film, spoilers, but yeah. The costuming on all the Atlanteans and all the other fish creatures and everything is just amazing. I don't think they put this up for like an Oscar for best costuming and stuff, but it could have maybe held its own. I think it was really, really well done. Yeah. Music, don't remember too much from it. Cinematography, I do want to talk about this, and this does also kind of tie back into the special effects. Like I said, James Wan directed this, and like I said, he's mostly known for his horror movies. He actually does bring some horror into this, and it is amazing. There was one scene in here that genuinely kind of made me go, oh wow, that's actually really scary, concerning what is known as the trench. I'm not going to spoil what the scene is, but it's one shot in particular that the lighting, the camera work, everything comes together in this spectacle of film that just kind of makes you sit there and go, oh wow, that is somehow scarier than most horror movies these days. And during the action sequences, he knows how to shoot them surprisingly well for someone who mostly did horror, although he did do, I think it was the 7th Fast and the Furious, so he does have a hand in action. Overall, he's got he doesn't have as much of a style as, say, Quentin Tarantino or someone else, or, what's his name? Gus Van Zing, or who did Isle of Dogs? Okay, this is bugging me. I know the guy's name. Like, why can I never remember things that I'm trying to talk about? Wes Anderson. He doesn't have as much of a style as those guys, but what he does have certainly works very well. Something else that works great with this movie is the lighting. There are some scenes where they're supposed to be like underwater or in a storm or stuff like that, and they do a great job of getting the light balance just right. So it looks like they're underwater in a storm, but you can also actually see what's going on. Like how it should have been. Batman v Superman. Also, this is just my sort of preference. Action sequences are far better during the day, even if they are like end of the world scenarios. Overall, is there anything really bad about Aquaman? Well, aside from the acting being... No, the acting's great. Nothing wrong with the acting, aside from a few lines from a few background characters, but I didn't notice that till my second time watching it in theaters. Aside from the writing being kind of predictable, and after watching it the first time, there wasn't too much to look for, aside from being like, oh yeah, this scene was cool, I can't wait to see that again. Overall, I'm gonna go ahead and give Aquaman a very solid 3.5 Raptor claws out of 4. Is it the best superhero movie ever made? No, not by a long shot. But it certainly is entertaining. If DC continues to make films like this, then I'm gonna have a lot more faith in them than I've had recently. Wonder Woman and this, and Flash and Justice League, this is kind of what it should have been. I get it, if you want to make things darker, edgier, go ahead, but you also need to know where the balance is, and in my opinion, Zack Snyder kind of had a problem with that. He didn't know where that line was. Aquaman gets a great balance of dramatic, funny, not heart-wrenching, but certainly heartstring pulling, and overall makes for an extremely enjoyable movie. I saw it twice in theaters, and both times I remember sitting there like, yeah, I like this movie a lot. It's a lot of fun. I'm totally gonna have to get it when it comes out on Blu-ray. And yeah, overall, I can highly recommend Aquaman. If you're a fan of Aquaman, then you'll love the movie. If you still think he's just some idiot who talks to fish, go check out the movie. You'll probably be surprised. With that being said, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next time. And until then, this has been the Media Raptor saying keep cool, and I'll see all you dino dudes around. Later. Oh, right, one other thing. You might notice my channel looks different now, with some special artwork on the thumbnails, even on the image I've been using this whole time, and like the channel banner. I hired an artist. Her name is Luca Bacino. Bacino, or... I'm sorry, I'm bad with names for some reason. Anyhow, she did this art for me. She's a fantastic artist. She's got a DeviantArt page with some of her stuff. It's amazing. You can easily go commission her to do work for you, and she'll do a lot of great work. She's got a very fun, cartoonish style that I think perfectly matches what I wanted this channel to be. I've wanted channel art for a while that looks different, looks kind of cool, and the banner I'm still playing around with to try and get it so it stretches out a bit more. If anyone has any recommendations on how to do that, that would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, definitely go check her out. She'll be, the link is in the description and in the about section for my channel from now until if I ever stop using these, and I doubt I ever will because this art is just great. But yeah, all the thumbnail art, at least of me and the logo, was done by her. So please go check out Miss Bacino's art, go commission her, and I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name there. I'm just bad with names, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this Baja Blast and watch some meme compilations, cause why not? Okay, for real though, see you next time.